Guys, I hope you're doing well and having a good day so far. Today we're going to talk about prepositions some more. So if you will take your grammar books, open up to page 279. We're going to talk about some things that we need to do to make sure that we're using prepositions correctly. So page 297, I believe I might have said 279, but it's 297. And look at some rules here with me if you would. Rule number 1, telling the difference between beside and besides. Beside means by the side of. He is sitting beside me. Besides with an S means in addition to. Do you have anything to eat besides pancakes or in addition to pancakes? Number 2, between and among. Between is when you're talking about just two people or things. Among is when you mean more than two. So we hung a hammock between two trees. Or if we're talking about more than two, he feels at ease even among strangers, right? More than two, a group of people. But here's where we have an exception. The exception to this is that you may use between when you're referring to more than two people or things if you're considering them two at a time. For example, I put an example. That's the best way to help you to understand. What is the difference in cost between a Camaro, a Mustang, and a Corvette? So I'm comparing the difference in cost between a Camaro and a Mustang, right? And then maybe a Camaro and a Corvette. So I'm comparing the cost between two things at a time. So that would be your exception. Number 3, the word except, right? We have two different spellings. We have except with the EX, and then we have except ACC. So what is the difference? Well, except with the EX means excluding or leaving something out. No one knew the answer except Tom. But except with the ACC, that means to receive. Like, will you receive this gift from me? Or can you accept criticism graciously? So with the A, it means to receive or agree to something. They accepted the terms of the surrender or whatever. Okay? All right, number 4, in and into. What is the difference? In, you're talking about a location that is already within somewhere else. Like, make sure you are in bed by 10 o'clock. So location that's inside, the room, in the house. But come into the house and get warm. So that's a movement from outside to inside. Okay, that's the difference between in and into. Okay. Number 5, do not use of in the place of the helping verb have. It's not you should have gone to the store earlier. It's you should have gone to the store earlier. Okay, and I think a lot of the confusion comes there because as Americans, we talk so fast. And so we'll say quickly, we should have gone to the store. What it sounds like should have, but it's a contraction, should have, should apostrophe VE is really what it should be, right? So I should have gone to the store. And number 6, do not use and after the words try and sure. So you don't say try and be precise in your language. No, try to be precise. Be sure and lock your car doors. No, be sure to lock your car doors. Okay, so let's practice. Look at exercise A at the bottom of page 297. And let's go through these and choose the correct word. Number 1, Lake Erie is located between United States and Canada. Number 2, the student should have written the thank you note. Number 3, the twins were identical. Which except are you going to use? I hope you chose EX, except. Number 4, when Jesus walked into the temple. So from outside to inside, into the temple. Number 5, Angela decided that she would try to be an encouragement. Number 6, which one are you going to choose? Besides macadamia nuts. In other words, in addition to macadamia nuts, we sell cashews, filberts, and pistachios. Number 7, the judges must choose one winner among the group. It's a group, more than 2. Number 8, I should have put boots on before walking out into the rain. It's a motion, right? Your movement into the rain. Number 9, be sure to turn off the car engine. Number 10, may I get you anything besides, meaning in addition to. Number 11, please accept with the A's this bouquet of roses, ACC. Number 12, we should arrive in Chicago at 7:20. Number 13, be sure to Tell him the color. And number 14, Bradley could not choose between the yo-yo, the ball, and the detective book. That's our exception, right? Right there. Cannot choose between them. All right, exercise B. We're only going to do 1 through 10, okay? So 1 through 10. This time, it's not in parentheses for you what you need to fix. You have to find it. And there may be some sentences that are already correct, and we'll just write C by the number. Number 1, Joshua and Caleb were the only ones of their generation to go in Canaan. What needs to be changed? I hope you said in is into. Number 2, beside Texarkana, we will be going to Galveston and San Antonio. What do you need to do? Add an S, right, to besides, meaning in addition to. Number 3, Bailey is sure to have chosen among the two by now. 2 problems here. Bailey is sure to have chosen between, because we're talking about 2. Number 4, the bubonic plague spread quickly among the people. What do you need to change? I hope you said nothing. That one was correct. Number 5, everyone accepted our invitation and more came besides. What do you need to change? Everyone accepted with an A, ACC, and more came besides, meaning in addition to, right? It doesn't mean next to. Number 6, the out-of-bounds washing machine nearly marched in the hallway. What do we need to do? Into the hallway. Good. Number 7, be sure and fill out the application form completely. What needs to change? Be sure to fill out. Good. Number 9, Bret Hart wrote many stories beside the Outcast of Poker Flat. What needs to change? Should be besides, meaning in addition to. Number 10, Seth stood between the twins and grinned as mother took the picture. What needs to change? I hope you said nothing. That one's already correct. All right, look at the next page. Let's look at rule number 7. Do not use amounts up to, okay? That is an extra preposition we don't need in there. Just say his daily sales amounted to $750. Don't say amounted up. Number 8, do not use at about. Don't use both of those prepositions together. Just use one or the other. They returned home at 4 o'clock. Or you could say they returned home about 4 o'clock. Either one. Just don't use them both together. Number 9, do not say had of. If I had of done my best, I would not feel bad. No, just say if I had done my best. Number 10, do not use inside of or outside of. Don't put those two prepositions together. He was locked outside the house. He could not get inside the house. Okay? Don't use of with those. Number 11, do not use where to. Like, where is she going to tomorrow? No, just say, where is she going to tomorrow? Right? And also do not use where at. This is where he said he would be at. Nope. Just say this is where he said he would be. Okay? So now let's practice those. Take your book. Look at page 299. Exercise A, number 1. You are going to be crossing out any unnecessary prepositions in these sentences. Number 1, Christy, come inside of the house before it gets dark. You're crossing out of. Good. Number 2, my savings from sewing my own clothes amounted up to about $70. You're crossing out up. Number 3, where does the Appalachian Trail end at? You're crossing out at. Good. The children, number 4, become eager for snow at about Thanksgiving time. You're crossing out. You can either cross out at or about. Either one. You only need one of them. Number 5, if Christ had not have died in our place and risen again, we would have no hope. You're crossing out of before died. Number 6, many early Christians were buried inside of the catacombs. You're crossing out of. Number 7, the price of Manhattan Island amounted up to $24 in trinkets and beads. Crossing out up. Where did the group go to that was looking for fossils? Crossing out 2. Number 9, the Easter sunrise service will begin at about 5 a.m. Cross out either at or about, either one. Number 10, where's Armageddon at? Cross out at. Number 11, if Molly had a rubbed crayon on the wall, there would have been trouble. Cross out of. Number 12, is that where I go to for registration? Cross out 2. 13, they noticed smoke coming out of the transom at about 2:30 p.m. Cross out either at or about. Either one is fine. Number 14, Cameron Thomas asked where the Cascade Lodge was at. Cross out at. And number 15, the pets will have to stay outside of the house. Cross out of, right? Should just be outside the house. And last one, number 16, if I had have added water, the scrambled eggs would have been fluffier. Cross out Of. Very good. All right, that's all we're doing for today, but let me let you know we do have a quiz on Monday over prepositions. So a preposition quiz on Monday. Make sure that you are ready for that.